set up the ending and also tell me, is Clemens our new Van Helsing?
Yeah, I mean, that's that is what I like about the ending. There is that we would, if ever making a sequel, that would have to have a completely different title. It would be a revisionist tale because Clemens doesn't exist in the novel. So it would be a completely new story of him against Dracula, and maybe, mixing it up with the traditional characters. And that would be fun for sure. Tell a story in, London and back to Romania or wherever that story would go, following the basic trajectory of the novel, just seen from a slightly different perspective. I mean, that could be fun, but I don't know what that movie would be called.
But have you thought more about that story?
No, not at all. I mean, I'm so convinced that this movie, in the end, even though we flirt with that idea at the end of the movie, it's called the last journey, the final journey of the last voyage of the Demeter. It's called, it ends there, how can you make a sequel to that? But
yeah. It's funny because as I was watching it, that when the final shot or the final scene in the pub, and we're having Clemens and he's writing his own diary now, it did feel very much like this character that has been rejected by society because of the color of his skin, as now the man that has become the hunter and is going to be necessary for other people. And let's face it, the white people that are going to need his help. That's really compelling for him to be the unorthodox monster hunter.
No, absolutely. I mean, I'd love that story. I mean, I honestly would, but I'm still struggling with the title.
What?
I don't know. It's not,
it's Hollywood, Andre. We call it, Demeter goes on. Dracula post Demeter.
Yeah.
And can you tease out some of those scenes that didn't make the final cut that you think adds to that you're excited for people to see later on?
Yeah, I mean, we have an extended version of the opening where the crew walks onto the ship and they find the dead captain tied to the wheel at the beginning of the movie. They see a wolf walk off the ship and run off the ship, which is basically, the way it was in the book. And we also have more extended scenes showing the relationship between between Anna and Clemens, how that develops. We have a scene where we're showing where it's explained further how she got on board the ship. They find more bodies.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that because the fact that she's stowed away in the soil herself, it is what I'm picking up on. It seemed like he needed more blood bags beyond her if he's picking off one per night. So did we have more food source for the vampire?
Yeah, and I feel like he's been, as he does in the novel, he's just been not draining them. He's been holding back in a way. He's been just supplying what he needs to keep going. And I found that to be, that. So, but yes, there are more. There's supposed to be more, but we need it for pacing, for the usual reasons. You start ending up cutting little moments like that.
Yeah. And we see that with Anna's bite marks, that clearly she's been, a food source for a while. I love it's so delicious that you break two rules right away. You kill a kid and you kill a dog in this film. and certainly love dogs, pro kids, love kids, but from the cinematic perspective, you just go there. And I appreciate that about this film. Was there any pushback on this at all? Like, look, you can't kill both.
Actually, no. Strangely enough, I would have to say, I mean, of course, the topic has been mumbled in the shadows. What do we do about the dog? Should we remove the dog from the movie? You know, these kind of questions do arise at certain points during a post process, or a script process. But actually, no pushback, no real actual pushback where you fight for something. Everybody were in on both these developments because I don't actually know why there was no pushback, but I love it. We killed a kid twice, you know.
Yeah, that's right. That's a double tap. And
it's you know, I have a kid in the same age range that he is in, so it's horrifying on a human level. But yes, as you said, on a storytelling level, it's kind of fun to do.
Yeah, well, it raises the stakes and it creates just this excellent set piece in the captain's quarters, I guess, you know, with the kid hiding where you don't think, are they going to do it? And then you do it. And I love it. And also with Dracula himself, like keeping him shrouded for so long in the film, we get sort of this, I guess, if I recall, sort of like a telepathic communication. And then we get like the spoken word, but you really show restraint. I don't know what the original script called for, but was there a push to have him talk more? Because I'm glad he didn't.
No, I mean, it was, you know, that topic is how much should he talk? We need some words. We need something to ensure that he comes off as sophisticated, intelligent, human, all these things. And but I think we struck a balance that we liked in the end. There was no, didn't film more. This is basically what we shot of him vocalizing things. And also what was in the script when it comes to the more telepathic elements, it was pretty much at this level. So I think that's kind of, yeah.